Well, I'm going to do 1,000 next.
But can you understand like how silly that sounds?
I just think it would be a laugh. It would be a laugh.
Is it? But
I just think it's kind of iconic. Like, I've never seen anyone. I mean, no one's ever like, what is it? Quadruple digits amount of people in one day.
She's gonna f 1,000 guys in one day?
I want to be the first person to be with 1,000 guys in one day.
No, that should be illegal in the United States.
Okay, but wait, bro.
And Canada.
Oh, she's doing it in the States on January 26th. I mean, I'm
calling the cops.
If you could handle with your people, maybe we deport her out of the States, because we might have to get Lily Phillips out of here before.
She can stay. I just
we
actually
get in line.
might like call the cops. I don't think it's like a 911, but it's just like, it's like when you call the police, you know, it might take them 30 minutes to call back, and it's just like, yo, I'm just letting you know this girl's about to bang 1,000 guys in one day. I really don't think this is good for the neighborhood. I don't think it's good for the county. It's definitely not good for the state, and it's not good for the country.
Oh, and Karen's, just a reminder, it's not just your son's I'll happily pleasure, it's also your husband that you've neglected.
I just wondered, I can't see it on the menu, but where do I get the 5 guys from? The 5 guys. I didn't know if there was like a special room where you can take me out back.
No, I don't think that's happening.
What about after your shift? I mean, I'd want to give you, a good rating.
I'm a Christian man and I'm saving myself for marriage.
I'm asking for what's on the menu, that's all.
Genuinely, I feel like I'm doing it right now. I can hand you a menu if you want.
Are you on it?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's a shame.
Where's your dad? Where's your mom? Where is your family?
Spend 2 minutes with me alone or double it and pass it to your friend.
2 minutes for me or 4 minutes for you guys. I think it's 2 minutes for myself. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
might be worth it. 2 minutes, let's go.
What are you going to do to me in 2 minutes?
We'll have a bit of fun, you know. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do.
Okay, do you have your ID with you?
You know I don't need ID.
No, you do need ID.
Oh my God.
Okay, did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, very fun. Quite wholesome, to be fair.
Quite wholesome.
Not what you would expect. Better, plus more.
So it was a good thing that I'm not what you expect.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise.
And how long did you last?
Oh my God, if you see the recording, don't forget to subscribe. Bonnie Blues, OnlyFans, you'll see everything. Timer was on.
Did you need longer than 2 minutes?
Did not need longer than 2 minutes once you got to it. Oh my God.
Brother, what's that?
Have you slept with a father and son at the same time?
Yes, yeah. I think that's brilliant. Like, to have that much of a good relationship with your son, or, for the son to have that much of a good connection with their dad, I think it's fantastic. Too many people, especially 18-year-olds, I know when I was at school, would argue with their dads or wouldn't have a good relationship with them. But I think to have that much of a good relationship that you can come with your dad to sleep with me is fantastic.
Yeah, see, this is where it's either you and me are on a completely different page, or it's just generations, because I think the father needs his head kicked in for that.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I know you think that, but I think that is one of the most outrageous things I've ever heard, and he needs his check-in.
The dad is just a guy himself, and if he wants to be pleasured and have fun in the bedroom, he deserves that as well. So
with his son.
Yeah, so I think why not? If you've got a good connection.
Nuts.
This is what my face looks like after taking 1,000 men less than 12 hours ago. I told you girls, taking fluids for moisturizer was good for your skin. The big 1,000 was completely done. So it started off, I'll give you a bit of an overview. After to start with, it was just like, the room was absolutely full. Then we did groups of 5, like one after the other of 5s. I wanted to give people more time, so then it went down to like one-on-ones, didn't it? So like one person would watch whilst I was with somebody, and then it would literally just be like a rotating circle like that.
You had 1,000 men's inside of you today.
Yeah.
What hurts more, your mouth or your...
Probably down there a little bit. I don't need a wheelchair, like I am fine. Just feels like I've had a heavy day in the bedroom, which is exactly what I've had. I think if it had continued how it did for the first sort of 3-4 hours, I would have struggled.
Let's get a round of applause in the room, people. There we go.
Stop it. Get some help.
Now, the decision by a young woman on the erotic website OnlyFans to sleep with 100 men in one evening is not heroic, it's not groundbreaking, it's not innovative. it's a tragedy. It's also reckless, irresponsible, deeply immoral, and dangerous. Now, of course, it's a free country. This is a grown woman who invited these chaps to pop round for more than just a cup of Bovril. And it's absurd for feminist writers like Julie Bindel, with whom I normally agree, to claim that it is somehow the men's fault and they should be locked up. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think much of these lads to participate in this grim orgy doesn't reflect brilliantly on their character or values. But let's be clear that no law was broken, and men being men, if something like that is offered on a plate, it will be taken. But this story reflects a wider and more troubling issue than men's shallow sexual opportunism. It reflects the spiritual collapse of our society, where the act of making love, once delayed until the wedding night, is now an everyday marketable commodity. This intimate exchange, and once the expression of love, or at least lust, is now a joyless transaction. I was reading in the paper today of a new word, snowmanning. Have you heard that word, snowmanning? It is a syndrome in which women are intimate with a guy only for him to cut off all contact the next day, so-called melting away like a snowman. And this is progress, is it? Also, with regard to this story about this young woman, there are some practicalities here. I don't want to think of the injuries that she has inflicted on her own body, not to mention the risk of sexually transmitted diseases with the likes of chlamydia and even the medieval malady of gonorrhea on the increase. The other tragedy of this story is the messaging that lies underneath it. Lily Phillips, this young woman, can wreck her own life if she must. But this vomit-inducing stunt will be seen by millions around the world. It will amplify misogyny, with men once again seeing women as worthless pieces of meat to be consumed for their own fleeting pleasure. And it will tell girls around the world that this is all they and their body are worth. Western society has lost its values, has lost its decency, has lost its moral compass.
My lions, make sure you give your daughters a hug and be by her side, coach her, guide her as masculine men. Teach her when she goes out in the streets and her friends talk about women like these. She doesn't want to be anything like them. She has a mama at home who has set an example for her. Hold tight, I'm gone again.